Wake up, please. This is another Absolute Sabers live stream.
Yo,
and we're here.
That thing that Tim done is so good.
That's amazing.
Clanker, please.
Clanker, please. So good. So good evening, everyone. Apologies for
no apologies.
You're never sorry. We're only 5 minutes late this time. That's a record.
It is a record, actually, to be honest. It is a record. No, truth be told, we were waiting for other people to come in, but a lot of people are priorly engaged this weekend, unfortunately. So, Jesse is out of town. Carter's out of town. I think Tim is working. Zach's definitely still working. Sebastian's working. Chris is sleeping. He's bless Chris, man, working 2 jobs the way he's doing. Like, so yeah, I think it's just.
I was texting him like an hour or two ago, and he said he was thinking about going to bed before work, and I was like, "Oh, that's fine, dude. Everyone will be understanding, except me. Screw that. You better be there."
I'm gonna send him a message on his phone, tell him to wake his ass up.
I guess his daughter's also sick, so he was up all night with her. So
that's rough.
Oh, is Raina sick as well? That sucks. And God, man, like I haven't spoken to Chris properly in a couple of weeks just because, like, new job and stuff, you know.
Yeah, he's working like crazy.
Oh, he's working like a madman possessed. I've got a cat scraping at my door. Jesus Christ.
Gary. Well, we can still hang, right? Right, guys? Out in the comments there, we got Adrian, we got Jawa.
We can still hang. Absolutely.
I see Ike
have
now.
We got? They see, Woodruff's here, Adrian's in, Jawa's here, Tony's in, Adam. Good evening.
We got a we got a nice crew in the chat going on.
So, yeah, guys, I can't believe I'm saying this already, episode 5.
I know, that's the worst part about it.
We always do this, right? Yeah, we always get, whether it was Kenobi, whether it was like fucking Mando, we always get to like this stage and we're like, it's nearly finished. Damn. But I mean,
it's gonna be rough because each episode keeps getting better.
It already feels like the last day of vacation. Like, we have to go home tomorrow, you know? Like,
yeah,
like you know it's coming, but it's not kind of quite yet. Yeah, no, you're bang on. You're bang on.
How much could they fit into 3 episodes? Like,
episode 5, banger, enough said, night all.
I'll stay. Yeah, this episode, my God, it was like, is it the best storytelling we've had in live action TV series? Like, I think it might be. Like, I don't think I'm going out on a limb there.
No, you're not wrong. Like, the way... Do you know what I liked in particular about this episode?
What's that?
It didn't jump straight into Anakin and Ahsoka.
Yeah.
At the start.
They made us wait for it.
They made us wait for it. They made sure that they put something before it because that was going to be important and pertinent to this.
That's your favorite part about it? That's a weird thing.
No, it was my favorite. It was my favorite thing about the way they structured the episode.
Okay.
Because it wasn't straight into it. Boom. They made us.
We are all expecting to see the screen to come from black, fade into Anakin and Ahsoka standing right there, and they totally tricked us.
Yeah.
Not that I'm complaining, because what we got with Hera was fantastic too.
Oh, man, she's the more that she comes into the show, right, the more it feels like Rebels.
Yeah.
And
I've had several people
was,
say. Sorry, I don't mean to talk over you. Go ahead.
I was just saying, like, this episode in particular, you're sat there and you're like, okay, this is Rebels.
Yeah.
You know?
There's been like 3 or 4 people that have said to me, Harrow's the one person that I was like iffy about, when they were talking about who was casted and stuff like that. And really, I mean, it's she's so good.
Yeah, I said our first recap that I was a little iffy on her, but I was wrong. She's doing fantastic. I think what bothers me is just that her Leku are all wrong. That's
but again, man, you can go to like artistic style and whatnot and everything,
but Mary Elizabeth Winstead is doing amazing as Hera, and I actually saw like animated Hera in this episode. That's how good she did.
You can see it every episode. She's coming more and more into the role of Hera, and it's reassuring to see that, because a lot of people were iffy on her as Hera. Like, can she pull this off? Mm-hmm. The answer is yes. Like, she's got that right amount of cockiness, that right amount of kind of dismissive attitude towards upper authority, and she plays it off very well. Because one of the things is, when you have someone not just playing a role, but taking a role from an animated series, for example, or from a TV show, and then trying to translate that, the performance has to be believable. And everything about this whole series has been believable. Like, some people are saying, the acting is so iffy. No, it isn't. The acting, I
don't think so at all.
No,
the one guy that the one captain or whatever, the guy that always is talking to Hera, like in the docking bay or whatever. Yeah. When they're like, the council wants whatever or whatever, like, that dude's acting is a little iffy, but because remember, she's like, I do what I want, you'll figure it out, and he's like, I'll figure it out. And like, I'm like, okay, go away, I don't need you on screen.
This is his only scene. He doesn't need to put anything in. But like, anybody who says that the acting is bad in this series,
you got this role, like.
But anybody who says the acting is bad in this series, go watch the last week's episode with Ray Stevenson killing it the entire 40 minutes.
Oh man, like, I think even though we had what we had this week, I'm still disappointed, and I think this is just a testament to how good Ray Stevenson's performance actually is. I was disappointed we had no Ray Stevenson this week.
I was too.
And that's saying something. He
established himself as like a Star Wars character of legend last week. Like, everyone loves him now. Everyone thinks that character is awesome. Like, I haven't heard anything negative about him.
Yeah. He went from maybe being top 10 favorite to right into the top 5 easily last week.
Oh yeah. Oh, easily. Like, he was not only cast perfectly for the role, he carries that class, right?
I know what you mean. Yeah.
The same way that,
he's got a badass swagger about him. There's just
Christopher Lee did as well with Count Dooku. He has that certain air of superiority, but not as cocky as Christopher Lee.
Yeah,
right.
Obviously very sure of himself and very sure of, what he's doing. But the way he portrays it is just fucking sublime. And I think, again, saying like, what we got this week, and I'm still a bit gutty we didn't get any more Ray Stevenson as Balin. That speaks volumes as to his performance and as to his portrayal of this character and the character himself. I think Balin has been, dare I say it, the best new character Star Wars has introduced, period.
Yeah. I'd have to agree with that.
Trying to think of an argument, but I can't think of one.
I mean, people would argue Mando, okay, fair enough. But I think the way he is as an antagonist and the way he portrays that and the way he translates that into a performance, you just believe everything he says. You listen when he talks. He has that air of mystery that surrounds him. He makes you ask questions. He's a he's a fun character. He's a really fun character. You know? And God rest his soul. I mean, that was fucking a shocker, but we say it every week, but wow, just fucking unreal. I'm loving the Jason story. Oh, yeah, we're going to go on to that in a second.
That was good stuff.
Off-topic question. If I had to define... So, Tony, you need to add... It isn't just that one define, bro. You need to add... So, see the config that I sent you for your Ezra? Just use the defines at the top of that. Copy and paste them. But delete the defines in... oh, no, don't delete the defines, actually. Shit. I'll need to take a look at that. Leave it with me. Leave it with me. There's certain defines that you have to have for edit mode. So let me double check. I'll tell you the ones to add to your Survivor config. Leave it with me.
Hey, pull up Jawa's comment about the eyes. Let's talk about that for a second. So, like, I've been thinking about, like, when I was watching the episode, I was comparing a lot of stuff to animated series because, I mean, that's what we were getting was, you know, live action from the animated stuff. And, like Anakin, for example, in Clone Wars, has a waist about this big, and then, you know, his robe comes down to these points off to the side. He's very, you know, swoopy. And you know, it's get this iconic image of him and Obi-Wan. They both have these, you know, robes that kind of stick out at the bottom. It's very swoopy. And like Dooku, another really great example of very stylized, you know, cartoon. And I found myself like, I wish it was more like that. Kind of like what Joe was saying. And then rewatching it, it does have a little bit of a point sticking out at the corners. And I was like, okay, so actually they did kind of put little subtle hints for the cartoon with making it a regular wardrobe costume, you know? And so the more I think about that, the more that I'm okay with what they do in live action that doesn't look like the cartoon, because you could really go crazy with it needs to look this way. Or like, remember Grand Inquisitor, how people just went nuts about his head not matching Rebels from Obi-Wan? So, yeah, I don't know. I totally know what Joe was saying here. There's just little parts that I'm like, I wish it was a little bit more like the cartoon, but I'm really beginning to accept the live action for what it is and what they're doing. You guys have any thoughts on that?
I mean, it can come down to... I'll let Matt go first.
Well, like what I was saying about with Hera, that I didn't like her Leku because they don't stick out as far, and you can't see like the light green design as well. But I get it; it's a stylized choice. It still bugs me a little bit, but it's not something that I'm gonna get. This show fucking sucks. Never watch it again, type of vibe. But and I understand there's some things you can do in cartoons that you can't do in live action, and I know with the eye thing, you can do like they did in Alita Battle Angel and kind of make them a little bit bigger. But
yeah,
we've seen other Twi'leks in Star Wars, and they have regular human-sized eyes. So that the eyes in general just doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of it comes down to artistic style.
Yeah.
We're translating from animated to live action, so not everything can be bang on, because there's things you can do with animation that you just can't control in real life, obviously. So I'm fine with everything, the way Hera looks. You need to understand that a lot of these species have to be kind of humanized.
Yeah.
Because you have to have a human being playing them, unless you want a full CG character, in which case we're going back to the fucking early 2000s. So I would much rather have someone real playing the part, even if there's certain things that might be not accurate to an animation. It's an animation, Yo, Gianni, what's going on, bro?
Yo, Gianni.
But no, I mean, nothing has, in that respect, nothing's really ground my gears. It's just been, wow, holy shit, fucking hell. It's just fucking wonderful.
I was like, Sabine's hair isn't like half an inch short like it was at the last scene of Rebels. I don't care.
Seeing Anakin in Clone Wars armor,
well,
no matter what.
Yeah, especially because they actually got the maroon tunic underneath it.
Yeah. I was like, wow, could it be any more like his armor? I don't think it could.
Whoever thought we'd ever see that on Hayden Christensen in a live-action show?
You totally get a sense of Hayden, just really feeding into this character. I think he's gotten so much love of late that, when it came to filming Ahsoka or something, I don't know. I just get this sense he is so on board to do so much Star Wars, and he's just into it. He's into it as much as Ewan McGregor's into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And especially when I don't remember when it was, but they had that interview with him when you found out he was in Kenobi, and everybody lost their mind when they brought him out, and he got all emotional. You can tell he's living this up, which is good because he didn't get that back when the prequels came out, which wasn't his fault. He was still a young actor, and let's face it, some of George Lucas's dialogue isn't the best. But now he's actually grown as an actor, and you can tell from the way he's acting in this that he's so much better than he was when he was younger.
Yeah, no, absolutely. He's not only obviously matured as a person, but as a performer.
I'm also really on board with the face de-aging stuff that they did.
Yeah,
it wasn't overdone. It was appropriate.
Just enough.
Yeah.
So I've kind of got it to the perfect part here. So apologies if I'm missing some comments, but obviously this is just shit I need to control. So we hit this part, right?
Live or die.
Live or die.
Skywalker. There's too many of them.
But you notice sound is playing a massive part in this series in particular. It plays a massive part in any series or movie or any theatrical kind of, release. But, being Star Wars fans, or super fans, nerds, whatever you want to call us, pardon me, we are attuned to all these saber sounds and what those have for meaning, for context. And that was just a straight up kind of Graflex, kind of skinny flex sound, right? What did you guys think was potentially going to happen here? Or what were you kind of thinking about, is this actually Anakin, or is this going to turn out to be like for example, one of the theories was going around within the last week, he's the new father character.
Yeah, or it was the son masquerading as Anakin.
Right?
I didn't think Dave Filoni would do that to us. I was pretty confident going in that I was going to be Anakin.
Speaking of de-aging as well, real quick. Obviously, they've done a pretty good job of it here. You can still tell a little bit. But I think as I'm just trying to get I had this at the perfect part.
God damn it, Evan.
And then we had the fucking Obi-Annie as well.
Yeah.
Like, he has not missed a fucking beat.
I bet that wasn't even in the choreography. He just did that because that's what he does.
I, hands down, would agree with that. I just bet he's just pulled that off and went, here, take this.
That was one of my favorite parts, actually, was when you watch him walk around her to the other side, and he's got the whole thing figured out. He's pushing her to that little cul-de-sac. Because go back to when we very first see them, and they're standing on the opposite sides. You see that the path that behind Ahsoka, it goes off and curves around, and its big long path doesn't stop. The path behind Anakin is a dead end, and it just see, there's her path, and it just keeps going. It's part of this maze or whatever. And then if you look behind him, look, it stops. It's a circle over there. It's a little cul-de-sac, and it stops.
Yeah,
and
astute observation, Elvis. Yeah,
I didn't even notice that. I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, so it's a dead end. And then when he says, "I have a lesson to teach you," he switches places with her, and he's just pushing her to that circle the entire time. He was toying with her. So when she finally gets the kick on his face, and she's like, "It appears you don't have anything left to teach me," and he's like, "I haven't taught you everything yet," and just takes the bridge out. I was like, "Oh my god!" He was just toying with her. That was so cool. It was one of my favorite parts.
This is the cool thing as well about seeing. I love this image here. There's something about that image that just gives me fucking goosebumps, right? But he went in, and I mean he went in. He was not pulling any punches. He went fucking in. Going back to Hera, I mean, look at that. That is just fucking perfect for live action, in my opinion.
It's grown a lot on me.
Yeah. It's a big headpiece, and it's taken me a minute to be all right with it. I mean, it's big, but I like it. I like it a lot. I love the goggles and all the little scratches and stuff on them. Like they're worn. She's been wearing them for how many years now?
Yeah.
I love the bomber jacket, like the old fucking.
I love that.
Like squadron commander style jacket she's got going on. I fucking love it.
I love how she still has the Phoenix Squadron logo on there.
Yep. No, she's doing a great fucking job. Great fucking job. This kid. We need to talk about this kid before we get back into the Anakin stuff.
I feel like they're not. I mean, they were left in this galaxy. They're not with the Purgle, but I kind of feel like they're coming back to Jason. I feel like he's got more character development coming in the show.
This is, pardon me. This is exactly what I'm thinking here, right? Do you remember in the trailers they said a new Jedi will rise?
Yeah, I thought of that immediately.
Right now, is Jason's abilities a misdirect and it is actually Sabine, or where can they go with Jason Syndulla? Because we know what happens between now and episode 7. Right?
Yeah.
We know that Ahsoka is in touch with Luke. All that stuff there, right? Now, does that lead him and his character to a dead end? No pun intended. Does he get trained by Luke? Was he a student at the academy? Or does he just not do anything about it?
Maybe Luke, maybe Ahsoka takes it upon herself to train him, and he doesn't go with Luke.
Or Ezra.
And there's been a fan theory for a while that in episode 9 he was piloting the Ghost and not Hera, because you see it at the final battle.
Yep, you do. Oh. There's a wicked theory as well, actually, with the first episode of Mando season 3. Have you seen this? when they're going through hyperspace and then in the N1 and Grogu
Tony
senses
posted something about that.
Right?
Yeah.
Was that... So is this set just around about the same time as Mando Episode 3? Sorry, Mando Season 3, Episode 1. And you've got...
Grogu
Ahsoka
sensing Ahsoka in the Purgle as Mando's flying.
Oh, wow.
Right?
It is concurrent with Season 3. They said that. So, wow. That could be Ahsoka flying by Mando there. Holy cow.
That would be kind of cool.
God,
and it would explain why Carson is off doing, like, crap work because he got in trouble for this.
Boom. There you go. That's it. Yeah. That's it. That's got to be it. He's out just doing policing, right?
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, that's basically what he's been doing all throughout Mando, is he's just been doing police work.
Yeah. But in this, he isn't. He's actually...
Which means at the end of Mando, when they're talking about Thrawn's return, we could be learning about them finding out about Thrawn's return in the next couple episodes. Wow, that could it's woven together. That I hope that's the case, because that would be cool.
So what else is cool?
What's up?
This guy.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Hey, buddy. What's up, buddy? How you doing, man?
Sleepy.
You EP?
What's up, guys? What did I miss? Oh, very EP.
Nothing, bro. We're just
talking about how you were a baby for going to sleep.
That's true.
Dude, man, lay off. He's got 2 jobs, man. He sleeps about 2 hours a day.
We've been talking about Hera's tail. Head tails. Sorry.
Oh, people in the chat are talking about her other tail.
Yeah, everyone's talking about that tail. Like, holy shit.
And we're just talking bad last week.
We're just talking about how it's pretty obvious that the end of this episode with Ahsoka and Hu Yang disappearing in the Purgle. You've got Mando at the start of Season 3 and Grogu senses the Purgle when they're in hyperspace. That could be them going and kind of passing each other.
Oh, wow. I didn't think about that.
And then Matt said it would make perfect sense because Carson during Season 3 is just doing shitty police work. So would that be his punishment for this?
Wow.
Right?
I didn't think about that. That's a good one.
Right?
And wow. People from Star Wars have said that this is concurrent with Season 3, so I love that theory. I think that's awesome.
And did Carson tell Mando that he thought something big was happening and he needed allies out there?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
This would make perfect sense then for Mando Season 4. So Season 3 and Ahsoka run concurrently pretty much. Right? Well, at least Ahsoka Episode 5 starts to run concurrently with Mando Season 3. Right? And then Season 4, boom, Thrawn. Everyone's in. Sabine's in. Ahsoka's in. Maybe Jason's there. Is Ezra back? Is he training Jason? All this shit. And then you're going to get Season 2 of Ahsoka, and then you get a culmination of the fucking movie that Filoni's doing. There you go. There's the roadmap. There's the roadmap.
I like it. I dig it.
Yeah. Tamura Morrison back as Boba? I fucking hope so.
I hope so, dude. I don't know. I hate the fact that he
as much as I love saying Rex, he didn't take the helmet off and it wasn't Tamara. That bugged me a little bit.
Well, I mean, it voice work. He's credited, but
yeah.
The lack of his face at all was a little strange. I mean,
you guys notice his elbow pads? Do you notice his elbow pads were backwards?
Yeah. The biceps, yeah.
Yeah, I saw people complaining about that on Facebook.
Which I didn't even notice until the second time I watched it. I was just so
He's just had a really massive fight, man. They could have got jolted about and shit. I mean, come on.
I was so into the scene that I didn't notice, and then even when I did notice, I was like, whatever. I was like, whatever. It was just so good.
Unfortunately, I can't unsee it now, but it's one of those moments when someone points it out that you just want to be like, nerd! but I notice it too, so I'm part of that group.
This part here as well, I think everyone was like, yes! We got a Kanan Jarrus name drop.
Oh, yeah.
We also got a Senator Organa name drop.
Yeah. Now, do you think, would we get, perhaps, a CG carry?
It only makes sense just because their Republic, the Rebellion, all them, they're so prominent right now in this time period. It only makes sense for it to happen. Would I be okay without it? Yeah, just because there's a name drop, I'm okay without it. But they added in there. I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
If they're gonna bring her in digitally, it's gotta be the perfect, right, appropriate moment. Don't overuse it.
Yeah, don't do it for fan service. Don't just throw it in
Yeah.
for no reason. It has to be a legit reason.
It's got to be tasteful.
And
Right.
I think it's her breaking off of the New Republic and starting the Resistance. That's got to be the moment, and I don't think we're there quite yet, or maybe we are. I don't know.
Maybe not quite.
Maybe
think
she's close.
The perhaps of Thrawn returning triggers her to start a resistance movement.
You know,
Just in
Padme's
case.
speech to the Senate. I wonder if it would be a moment like that where she's like, "You guys are blind. You're stupid. You're getting rid of all our military, and we have enemies that are growing. I can't be a part of this." Like maybe she has a big Padme type speech with the Senate. Like maybe that's the moment.
Maybe. Potentially. I would love to see Ahsoka get a telling off from Leia and then run to Luke and be like, "Your sister is so mean." I don't. I mean, again, I agree with Chris. Like, it'd be okay if we didn't get it, but if we did, it has to be right. It has to be tasteful. And it has to be, you know, there has to be a point to it. You know.
Well, just to go with that, if that does happen, considering this entire episode was fan service with a point, Filoni can definitely figure it out and make it work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Well,
other
if
thing
anyone
I
can
liked
do it,
about
he
that
can.
scene. Sorry.
I'm just saying, if anyone can do it, then it's Filoni. He can do it. Go ahead, dude.
The other thing I like about that scene, when he's like, Jason has abilities. His father was a Jedi.
Oh, I hate that part.
I love Carson's reaction of, okay. Like,
You're like, whatever.
It was very Han Solo, A New Hope. Like, I don't believe in that hooey or whatever, you know? And I thought that was kind of cool too.
I talked to Elvis about this the other day, and I was just kind of like, ever since like the sequel trilogy, why does everyone have to have some form of special ability? You had Rey and Kylo have the dyad and the Force to where they have that ability together. Then you have Cal Kestis with the whole thing, and now Ahsoka has it, and now they're telling she's saying, "Oh, Jason has a special ability." I'm like, "Oh crap!" So now when we get like a new person, I'm going to think like, "All right, what's their ability?" Because everyone seems to have it.
That's one way to look at it, but the other way to look at it is they always had those abilities. They just weren't, you know, showcased really in like the original stuff or whatever. I'm liking more of this, not theory, but this fact that the Force resides in everyone. Some people are more skilled with it. Some people are more attuned and open to it. Some people are more aware of it. Because that goes way back to, like, you know, Buddhist monks and stuff like that, and some of the stuff they've tapped into. Which is it makes sense. It does make sense to a certain degree. So it takes some of the mystique away from the Force, maybe a little bit, but not insanely. This scene here with Ahsoka, you know,
she looks so good.
She looks
like,
fucking awesome.
Like
right?
I keep looking at that. I'm like, that's Ahsoka. That's her.
As good as she looks, young Ahsoka looked so much better.
Oh yeah, she looked fucking. We're going to get on to two little seconds, right? But this smile here is so cocky, it's unreal.
She's very smiley.
She nailed it. That smirk, she nails.
Right. Yep. Gianni ain't wrong, bro.
I have a little extra theory to add to that too. So, Jason could hear her or sense, and so could Hera. And so some people are getting a little tripped up on how did Ahsoka enter the world between worlds.
Yeah.
And they say you have to go through a portal, and I'm calling BS on that. I don't think it's a portal thing. And this is kind of a out there wild theory. And I started to say it last Tuesday, but Return of the Jedi from a certain point of view, that book has a story about how Anakin, after dying, felt a fire, this flicker, moved into it, and ended up becoming a Force ghost. And basically, they state it was like he entered the world between worlds and was able to come back out as Force ghost. And I thought, okay, so that's not a portal. That wasn't through a special door.
Yeah.
It was, he was able to just pull into this, what we call the world between worlds. But really, it's like the Speed Force from The Flash. Yeah. I think of it more like that. It was just like this forced venue that they're able to enter. That we're just calling it world between worlds. And I wonder if that's what happened with Ahsoka. She was able to enter this, and the Force created this bubble around her, and she's in it. She's underwater right now, and she's in this bubble, and it's like the sphere from Las Vegas, like you're like seeing video screens all around her, like kind of thing. Only it's the Force, so it's just visual to her. And when they cut out the bridge and she falls, and she's just in this Force-created bubble, and she's actually living in this. And that's when, after she works out her issues, it collapses back down on her, and then she's back in the water again. I think that's this is like a force around her that's created this. And I think it goes even further to like where Rey was able to enter this same type of world between worlds, when it was like this connection with the Force, and that's why she was able to hear all the other Jedi and stuff like that. And I wonder if Dave is going that route, where it's not so much a door and a portal that you have to walk through. That was like 20 minutes me theorizing there, so sorry.
Well, Cal Kestis, getting back to him, he did something similar in the first game too.
Yeah, with the Zepho?
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me like this situation, the way damn Sam, you're killing that. Sorry.
Protein, bro.
Like it seems like she entered the world between worlds because she's on the brink of death. Right? And you know how like in movies when someone like had died and then they get to their destination, whether it's the gates or whatever, and
like when you're in limbo.
Yeah, and they're speaking to someone who had passed, and then you have to have the full conversation. And then at the end of the scene, he goes, "It's not your time yet," right?
Like
and
in Guardians 3.
Yeah, and then they return back to the real world. That's kind of what I got from this episode. What she went through for her to come out as what Elvis would say, Ahsoka the White. It took for this moment for her to become like who she has to be for the rest of this, her story.
She needed to finish her fight from Rebels. She got pulled out. She never got to finish it.
I can buy into that. I think would there maybe be an aspect there though of Anakin also potentially maybe pulling her in?
That's my theory.
Watching over her.
Why would he say you're sooner than I expected or whatever? Why would he say that?
Well, because maybe he didn't expect to have to pull her in so soon.
maybe he was on the toilet. He was like, "Oh shit, she's here." He
probably thought she was smarter than that.
Listen, questions need to be answered.
But if you're saying that means there's a door that leads to the ocean, that he saw her floating in the ocean and pulled her in. So I don't know. I feel like there's no door, there's no portal, there's no pulling in or pulling out. It's like at home.
Well, there was no pulling out with this one because I fucking blew my load.
I forgot to add, the reason I brought up that whole theory is that I think that's why Jason was able to hear it, is because this was actually the Force was doing this to Ahsoka. The Force was very prominent right next to where Jason is. And he felt does it mean he's got super abilities, or was there a amazing Force event happening close enough where he was able to,
like the Force was so strong in that area.
Yeah,
like even
here. I think you're right.
Yeah,
I think you're right. I think the Force was so strong with what was going on in that area that Jason was like, because he's more attuned, obviously, right? Because of
like a metal detector.
Almost, yeah.
Yeah,
and
he's
been
he
like,
can sense where it's coming from.
You know,
because you notice he walked towards the ocean, like slowly, and then he stopped, and then that's when he was like, really listening. It's like it led him to a spot to where he's like, okay, this is where I can hear it, where it's coming from.
I thought the whole thing was done beautifully, right? And he's a character. When you go, bro?
I was kind of reminiscent of Luke and Rey when he's telling her to calm her mind and listen out, and I don't know, kind of reminds me of that scene at the temple with the porgs.
Did you notice the parallels between Vader and Luke and Anakin and Ahsoka in this?
Yeah.
How so?
Big time.
I will not fight you. I've heard that before.
Yeah, that line, I'm tripping up on that one too.
And then at the end of the fight, where she's pretty much like almost touching the dark side to beat Anakin, and she's about to, kill him, and then she pulls back and tosses the lightsaber away.
Yeah.
Like
for sure. No, surrendering was totally part of it. Because in the end, Luke surrenders, and that's what saves everything. And Ahsoka surrenders to the will of the Force, basically.
Yeah.
And that's why when they get in the Purgil, and they're like, it could go anywhere. She's like, I don't know what's happening, but I got faith. Let's go. She's surrendered to the Force. She's trusting it.
Does anyone else really enjoy what they've done with Jason though in this last episode? Like,
oh yeah,
we knew, obviously, if you're a Rebels fan, you know he's going to be around, right? And it would have been so easy just to have him as a in the background, just fucking around with Chopper, causing mischief, whatever, getting told off. But to have him actually take a pretty major role as in part of the story, a massive role actually, discovering that, because that leads to Ahsoka being rescued. I love that, because it would have been so easy just to have him not do anything, But it raises questions about his character and his path, which hopefully will be answered.
It's he's a main character behind closed doors. It's just we haven't really realized it yet up until this episode. You're like, oh,
they clearly got plans for him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Clearly. Getting in a little bit more though. Anakin strikes the bridge away. Boom. We enter the fucking Clone Wars. Like, fuck me. When you're talking about fan service, I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. Hayden Christensen.
I commented a couple of people videos about this. This is fan service done right because it actually fits into the story.
Yeah, it isn't just done for the sake of it. It fits into the story. Hayden Christensen in Clone Wars freaking armor. I mean, and not just in the armor, the hairstyle is perfect. I mean, Jesus Christ. Phase 1 clones, man. Jesus.
I was on the verge of tears this entire scene.
Oh, dude, the entire time I was.
Yeah. Even Louise was pretty much in tears. She's like, oh my god.
I was reaching for the Kleenex for sure.
That's made my eyes orgasm. Keep it PG, Andy. But then as well, obviously, we know how I'm trying to get clear. I mean, look at that clone. I mean, just look at that. Everyone gave like the fucking prequels a hard time, and we're so happy like anytime a clone appears, right?
Well, now the clones, it's actually someone in armor, not Tamara Morrison in a mocap suit.
Don't change this clip.
Yep.
I have a little thing about this clip, but go ahead, keep going. Don't change it.
The other thing I loved was you see the Phase 1 clones, and then you see a couple of 501st guys before you see Anakin. I was like, oh, he's coming. Like, as soon as you saw the blue stripes, because there was like, 3 or 4 all white ones, and then you saw a couple of blue ones, and I'm like, oh, he's coming, here it is. Like, I love how, that's real fan service right there, when you're like, have some Phase 1s, and then we're going to kind of hint at it and do a couple of blue stripes, and then here comes Anakin. It all happens within seconds, but it's just the way that they filmed that you know they did it on purpose that way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, nothing's
A
accidental.
little bit of tease before they gave us the goods.
When it comes to Filoni, nothing's accidental. Everything is meticulously planned out. Everything has a reason, you know, and it's executed to absolute fucking perfection. You know, Chris, what were you saying about this scene, bro?
So, okay, I talked to Ellis about this too. Actually, I think I brought this up last week too. I'm not gonna say anything bad about this episode because I think it was perfect in pretty much every way. Right? Scale 1 to 10, I'm giving it 100, but I'm gonna go ahead and nitpick.
Ooh.
And it's one thing I really hate about this season so far, this show. It really annoys the shit out of me because there's no continuity. Look at Ahsoka and her lightsaber. Why is it every single time, if you're looking at the lightsaber from a distance, it's always going to be a CGI saber, but it's not going to be one that's like a NeoPixel type shit. There's no reflection off of it on her body. Anakin has a slight one, but whenever they do a close-up shot, when they're doing their clash together, you see the intense light in their face. But every single time it's from a distance, there is no lighting from the hilt itself. But in Mandalorian season 2, not season 3, season 2, and the Obi-Wan Kenobi, they did use LEDs in it to give off that reflection of light.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm just saying, I don't know. For me, it bothers me because like Anakin, you can see it off his leg. It's very dim, but Ahsoka, you can't. So this entire few episodes that we've seen lightsabers, it's always from a distance. They don't use, although they only use like special effects, but they don't use it like practical.
I'm with you,
I mean,
dude.
I don't know why that
I
bothers me.
get you. I get you, man. But I mean, it's just, I suppose that's just a fucking off-the-cuff decision of, hey, will we do this? Nah, we can add it in post. Like,
I have a hot take on that. I really like it now, because the prequels were all CGI.
They were. I actually just rewatched Anakin vs. Obi-Wan last night too.
And
both of them.
And like I called it out with the fight between Sabine and Shin. I was like, why are they using NeoPixels here? I almost want them to be CGI because you're not getting that. You know, in Rebels, how they had the really long trail.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
with
the
swing.
Yeah.
And I was like, the CGI does that, and NeoPixels don't because they're shooting at 60 frames per second or whatever. It looks like my toy.
And you don't get that white core like you did in like the original trilogy and the prequels.
That's one thing that annoys me about Disney lightsabers is you don't get that lovely white core. You know?
Yeah.
That's really my only nitpick about the lightsabers is you don't get that really pure white core. But other than that, I'm fine with them.
And it's funny too because I was rewatching Obi-Wan versus Anakin in the show, and like Vader has his saber out when his face gets cut, and you can see the CGI blade pulsing, right? But then when you look at Vader's face, it's just red.
Yeah.
Right. It doesn't reflect. But that's fine. That's whatever. But like I would have kind of like wanted that to show the realism of like where we've gone, because we went from prequel or the sequels, they use that. They actually use LEDs in it to show it off like in the snow. But here they're not doing it. But then they did it in Mando season 2. It's just weird. That's just me. Now, I told Elvis this too.
It's so weird to not see his face.
I love that we got a young Ahsoka. I loved every part of it. It literally hit every like check mark I wanted to. Do you think it would have hit even harder if Ashley would have voiced her?
Yes. 110,000 fucking %.
I think I could live without it, but at the same time, it's like,
we can live without it.
I would have cried like a little child.
Same.
We can live without it, right? But if she'd opened her mouth and that was Ashley's voice, I would have broke down into a million pieces.
I almost feel bad that this took me out of the moment for a second because I was like, "Where's Ashley's voice?" Like I immediately thought that, like, that's not Ashley.
I thought the same thing, but it was like, and then the only reason why it kind of upset me that she didn't play the voice is who in Star Wars, I don't care if it's the shows or the movies, I don't care, who loves their character more than Ashley?
Super fan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She loves that character. And so it almost made sense to have her voice. Like Tamora Morrison
she keeps her hair with blue stripes in it. Like
Like, yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that's why I was kind of like, it kind of sucked, and it didn't hit as hard.
Before episode 8, I would have said John Boyega,
but then we go into really difficult ground there. Because if Ashley's voicing young Ahsoka, right, then does that mean that we have Hayden with Matt Lanter's fucking voice?
Yeah.
See, I thought the same thing too.
I
but
feel
just
like
felt
he did
Ashley
Matt
should have-
Latner justice. I feel like he kind of talked like him in the Clone Wars scenes.
Yeah,
Actually,
he did change his voice a little bit. I noticed that.
Yeah, no, he did. Don't get me wrong, the actress that played the young Ahsoka fucking killed it.
Oh, great!
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
she's great.
Oh,
She was,
like, wow.
She was amazing.
like, can we get a feature? Like, you could flip a button, so it's like her voice, and then the next one is Ashley's.
you know, that would be. We should do that. We should have. Keenan's got that software where you can like make
AI.
We should dub over with Ashley's voice and just see what it looks like as an experiment. That'd be kind of fun.
This scene here, right? I mean, fuck.
I lost my mind because I knew exactly who Anakin was talking to.
Oh god. I looked, I was like, is it? And I was like, no. I'm like, no, it is. Fucking live action Rex, man.
Multiple people pointed out that it was a Phase 2 helmet on Rex on both planets, and I'm like, what are we, blind? What are you? Open your eyes! Like,
Yeah.
He has the little fin off the back and everything.
Yeah.
The rumor was they only made one helmet for Rex, and it was Phase 2, so that's why he had Phase 2 on Ryloth. And I'm like, that's so, like, New Rock Stars, Screen Crush, a bunch of people said that, but it's clearly Phase 1.
Yeah.
So here's another one. Would it hit even harder if he would have removed his helmet and seen a blonde Timon Morrison?
Yeah, it would have.
Can you live without it? Right.
I can.
Or
I want to see him come back as Rex.
Yeah. It's just I just want more at this point. Like I want more. Like give me more.
It's like stop teasing us and give us the goods.
And they cover the face too. Like it's just weird to not see a clone face.
Yeah, and there's actually another clone trooper behind whose face is covered too.
I mean, this could be the whole fallout with Tamura Morrison over things, but that came after this was all filmed, I believe. So
they spent all the de-aging money on Hayden Christensen. They couldn't afford it.
I'll take that. I'll take that. That was worth it. That's
point.
It's worth it.
Right. I need to try and catch this bang on the money.
Yeah.
She looks so good as Ahsoka.
So close. You're getting close.
Oh yeah.
It's before this. You have to go backwards a little more. This is actually after you already turned to Vader. You know how I know?
Am I getting close, Chris?
I don't feel it yet.
Man.
Can I just say this young lady, by the way, for her acting deserves some sort of fucking award, because the look of genuine shock on her face there is so fucking believable.
She was young Gamora in one of the Guardians movies.
Yep.
It also was something for me to see a kid as Ahsoka, because I never really associated with her as a kid. I called her youngling and everything. Yeah. But it was really strange to see a kid playing. I'm like, oh yeah, she was 14. Like,
yeah.
Like it hit different being live action.
She was literally a child soldier.
I'm literally just gonna play that 10-second snippet. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna play that 10-second snippet with sound. That transition. Fuck. Did anyone expect that?
Oh, dude, no, not when it happened.
And then
shut up.
They did it to us twice.
Yeah, the second time was even cooler.
She also noticed that the clone actors all kind of went off to the side too for that flash. So it was almost like he was surrounded by the clones, and then when he flashed to Vader, he was alone.
I noticed that.
Yep.
Very,
Peanut
very
butter
interesting
jelly
visual.
time.
What up, PB?
I could use a PB&J.
I like how. I'll tell you what I've taken away from. At this point, what I took away from what Anakin was teaching Ahsoka, right? He was teaching her that sometimes lessons change and sometimes the reason we teach changes. So his master taught him to be a protector. He was teaching her to be a soldier, a warrior, because of the Clone War, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's teaching her both the good angle, the light angle, and then comes the evil, more sinister, kind of dark angle after this, right? But I love how we've seen that transition. Pardon me, that transition from Anakin to Vader back to Anakin, because that was his journey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that mirrors his journey perfectly into where they're at now, right? So he was Anakin, he was Vader, he's back to Anakin. We have him post Jedi, and he has all of that hindsight and knowledge, you know. And the one word that he said, which we'll get to in a moment, conviction, to pass that on.
That one. Oh, I love that quote.
Right? He had the conviction to pass that on to Ahsoka at that moment in time. Right? Fuck me. Like, just everything. Woohoo! Sweet. Florida. The whole thing was just fucking delightful.
One other part from that scene, before you move on, was when he said something that was kind of joking. She's like, "Are you making jokes?" And he's like, how would you rather have it?" And I thought that was really kind of cute too, because it plays into how they joked all the time in the Clone Wars. Like, they raced up a wall, you know, like who could get to the top first and stuff like that. Like, they totally made light of the situation, because, you know, otherwise you just go crazy living in war every day. So I kind of like how they had a little tie back to their quirkiness.
Yeah, absolutely. And also as well, like, and you know, fucking Matt'll attest to this, how when you're at war, you can become completely fucking numb to it, and you just crack jokes, because sometimes it's the gallish humor that gets you through, especially
Marines
when you're in a
have some
position.
very, very dark humor. I will.
Exactly, you know exactly what I'm talking about, man. It's the gallish humor that gets you fucking through, right?
Yep.
I didn't expect this.
No.
So we've got 332nd in the background. Fucking yes. We've got twin sabers blue now. Fucking yes. So this is season 7 of Clone Wars, right?
Yep.
Yeah, the Siege of Mandalore.
Siege of fucking Mandalore.
My man right there.
Right?
Yo, those are some thick troopers, just saying.
Oh, they are, man. They're built. Like, fuck.
Some big diapers.
He got that dunk.
Now, badunk the dunk. I'm just trying to get to this. Perfect. Fucking perfect, right?
Yeah, that definitely tied into Rosario Dawson's stance right there. Like,
Yep.
Yeah, but it's
you
also
felt Rosario
so.
coming through those eyes.
It's also so Ahsoka. It snips. It isn't even Ahsoka. It snips. It's the attitude.
There
What's
is
up,
a
Sky
side by
Guy?
side that's been going around the past couple of days of from a scene in the Clone Wars where it's young Ahsoka and Anakin standing next to each other. In the Clone Wars, they looked almost exactly like they did in this scene.
Yeah, when he comes up and says,
Like
"I don't
same
remember
facial
this
expressions
battle."
and everything.
It's I just thought the way they'd done this whole piece was perfect. The acting was perfect, the mannerisms, everything was, and that there just goes to prove, you know, that they nailed this. I mean, they nailed this. And it's so fucking good to see. Obviously, Anakin appears back as Anakin because they'd parted ways at that point.
There you go.
Is that Vader's saber? No, it's not. Sorry, I had to.
That's the scene right there.
Yeah, this scene right here.
Yeah, even the way his arms are folded and stuff. Yeah,
the facial expression, like everything is just so fucking on point. I love how she started to address Vader.
Well, that's what she has to work through. She thinks that she could have saved him from turning.
Which is why I wish the apparent flashback for Mustafar wasn't cut, to show that it doesn't matter what happened, Anakin was always meant to.
If you look at this fight, when it starts though, when he says back to the beginning, live or die, look at the ground around them. I almost think it was supposed to be. Like, I almost think it was supposed to be Mustafar, and like, anyway, if you look close, it almost looks like it's the rocks and stuff around them.
Yeah. We will take a look in a second, right? But I'll tell you one thing that I loved about Anakin with this part, right? When she's saying, you were more, you were meant to be more, but you're also more dangerous than anyone realized, right? And he's like, oh, so that's what this is about?
Yeah.
Almost like it was a little blip, just a little, oh, that's what this is. But then he taps into that darkness, right? He taps into that. And starts the second kind of part of the lesson. Okay, start again. And rather going easy and going back into their memories as such and trying to teach the lesson that way, he went full-blown fucking Vader to teach the lesson. It was a fucking beautiful, beautiful fucking moment, right?
You know what it meant to me? It meant, so the conversation that she has with Anakin in the temple in Rebels, when she breaks the mask open and she's like, Anakin, oh my god, she's realizing for the first time that it's Anakin. And Darth Vader says, well, I killed him. She's like, well, then I will avenge him. And it seems like their conversation is picking back up, because they never got to finish that fight. It seems like she's finally getting to work through that conflict with Vader and finally finish that conversation that they were having. So at this point, he's like, I'm going to give you full-on Vader then, and let's finish this fight.
Without the suit this time. So you're going to get it. You're going to get it even harder.
Yeah.
What I loved about this was we got the Youngling Slayer 3000 ignition. Right? Listen. You guys can hear this, right?
Oh, I couldn't last time.
No.
No? Really? You should be able to hear it. Give me a second.
Oh.
No, it's all right. I'm just gonna stop sharing it for a second.
Well, while you're doing that, like when we were at Celebration, I saw some really, 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 really good Ahsoka cosplays. Like, really good. To the point I was like, yo, like, you should play at a young Ahsoka type stuff. And then after this, seeing this Ahsoka, I'm like, yeah, those cosplayers have to, like, one up a little bit more. I don't know how. I don't know how they're going to do it, because some of them were really, really good. But just the way she came up on the show, dude, it was great.
Oh, I mean, fucking fabulous. I'm just trying to get back to this.
I'll just make the noise go, like that.
What the hell is going on here? There we go. Oh, it's not letting me fucking share this anymore. I don't know what's going on.
Rude.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I have no idea why it's not letting me share. Is it because I've got sound on? Is that why?
Than anyone realized.
You've learned nothing.
Don't say that.
We hear it now.
Gave you a choice.
That's me.
I've got it.
There it is.
That was it. Yeah, for some reason it won't let me share anymore. That's a pity.
Let's try this.
Chris is like, I got you.
Gave you a choice. Die.
There you go.
Oh, fuck me, man! I'm gonna try and get this. I'm gonna try and get this back up. That's what he said.
And we finally got Ahsoka using both sabers now.
Mhm.
That was my complaint about the past few episodes. Which is
Cole's
cool
here.
because ooh.
Shin Hottie.
Yeah.
Hey, Cole, dude, you're gonna get the fucking biggest hug a week on Monday, bro. Well, that's what we were saying earlier on about fucking
Balin.
About Balin.
Yeah.
I was disappointed not to get any more of him, and considering what we had, that's saying something, right? But no, you should be able to. I think.
Nope.
Sorry, Sam. Give up.
It's all right. But when he turns round to your right, and you can see that he's gone fucking full blown. 2 seconds. I missed the pause point.
He did the pose. He did the Obi-Wan right before he jumped.
Every time he says live or die, he is looking away. He's every time.
It's like
because he says it what 3 times.
It's like you can't look at them in the face when he says it.
Thin on Shin. Balin on Balin. Hey. I just love how he got progressively. I don't know why the audio isn't coming through this week. That's fucking strange. Progressively more and more aggressive. Right?
Even his fighting, he progressively got more aggressive. Bro, Hayden still got it, bro.
Yeah, he does.
That's the thing I noticed. Like, I was like, dude, he was so good in Revenge of the Sith when you saw like the behind the scenes,
right?
And watching him do this, like, he still got it.
That part there where he's bending her arm and the face that he does is almost exactly the same as when he's fucking bringing
to Obi-Wan.
He does the same thing to
Obi-Wan
Obi-Wan.
on the desk. Yep. Like, oh man.
And you know what's like the one thing about I took from this episode I loved even more was like obviously I said Ashley loves the character of Ahsoka, but the fact that Hayden was gone for so long, he got so much hate. Now I feel like he loves to be this character.
He was born to play this character.
Yeah.
And like now he's like, if they were to say, hey, we want to do a series on Vader, he's like, I'm all for it. Because now he literally loves to be this character.
I'm glad he's finally getting the recognition for it.
I 100% agree.
And Chris, you remember at Celebration, right? When Hayden came onto the live stage.
Yeah, he teared up.
Like, holy shit, the fucking ovation that he got.
Dude, that room, like, you can feel the shake. In that room.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. It was honestly like just being there in that room. It was fucking nuts. If you'd asked me before this scene, would I like a Vader series? Hands down, I'd say, well, we could maybe explore it, but I think you'd take away from Vader. So no.
I'm into it now.
After this, I'm into it. I'm like,
Carter and I have been asking for this since Obi-Wan. Ever since we saw Hayden come back, Carter and I have both been saying we want something with Vader. And I think it should happen.
Do you know what would be fucking cool though? Rather than just a straight up Vader show.
A Vader movie? No, I'm just kidding.
No. Pardon me. Have it. Right, this is going to sound kind of odd, right? But stick with me. Have it like Vader, or sorry, Anakin rather, right? Is teaching Luke, and he's going back through stories of Vader.
So like Ghost of Christmas Past?
To teach lessons to Luke, yeah.
Sign me up.
That concept there, would be fucking killer. Honestly. That I would dig. Would I dig a straight up Vader show? I don't know. But if like that format.
I just want Hayden back. I just want more Hayden.
I think we'll definitely get more of him in the series. I think we'll definitely get more, at least one more episode. But I think
he'll turn up as a Force ghost of some sort. Like again, you know,
I want to see a lot more though. And he actually kind of has to. Well, yeah, because we heard his voice in Rise of Skywalker, right?
Yeah,
he was part of that. So there's something. Damn it! No, I just want another Vader, dude.
I think we'll get more. I think we're going to get Ahsoka during a period of meditation, and we'll get more Hayden.
I want Force Ghost Hayden to ask Ahsoka about Luke.
That'd be cool.
Sick.
I mean, that would be cool. That would be cool.
But I'd want it to be like Vader's own show for that to happen. Loki, or at least to happen at the end of this, because we already know where this is going to lead. This is going to lead to season 2 Ahsoka, Mando season 4, and then the movie. And so this would just be like a spin-off. It could just be at the end of this to see if there's proof of concept, right?
Yeah.
See how everyone reacts to it, and I guarantee you a lot of people would react to it.
Yeah.
And that's when they'll be like, okay, we got a good reaction out of it. Let's do it.
Yeah, I think. After the way this has been done and the way this has been received, I think they could get away with it.
Plus, I just bought a new Vader, so I kind of.
I need a Vader saber.
I got me a new one.
This part here.
Before you click play, I want to show something quick.
Oh shit!
So, I want to enter one last piece of evidence for my crazy theory that this is finishing the fight from not Mortis. What was the name of the temple they were at with Maul?
Malachor.
Malachor. So,
I know where you're going with this, I believe.
So this is... There we go. This is Ahsoka right before Ezra pulls her in.
Yeah.
So you'll see she catches Vader's saber just like that. She's wearing the same outfit, everything. Like, everything from that moment on is the rest of the fight. So I
would buy into it, yeah.
Yeah.
I would buy into that. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Here, Sam, I got you.
You got me?
The lightning and thunder with the yeah.
Chills, dude.
I mean, you can't hear it.
Scared a little bit when he turned into Vader coming through the fog.
I mean, you can't hear it, but you can see it. I mean, that there.
He's even walking like Vader.
Oh, yeah. I'm just trying to see.
Nasty.
There we go.
Yep, there it was.
There it was, right there.
There's a little light, the swoop that you're asking for.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, CG.
Yeah, the faraway shots are usually CG looking, but the close-up ones seem.
That's
to
what I was saying. Yeah, so right here you can see it's going to be a lit blade to get the light reflecting off their face.
Yeah, but this is the scene that Elvis just showed from Rebels. Like this is the mirror of it, right?
Yeah, and they do the close-up on her face too, don't they? Yeah.
Dude, the aging for this scene must have been.
Look at the eyes.
A pain in the butt because you're going. Oh, that must have been terrible.
That's the same thing he did to Dooku. The little spin and grab the lightsaber.
Kind of what she did to the sixth brother too.
Yeah.
I like how they toned down the de-aging for when he was Sith.
It made sense though, because like yeah.
But the eyes, man, the fucking eyes, right?
So intense.
Like, but what I like the most about this is what they've done just after it.
Yeah.
So watch. Now people are saying that is a reflection. No, that's Sith Ahsoka right there.
That's Sith eyes.
Yeah.
That's so what he's taught her there, right, is control of the light and the dark. So the prophecy has been the prophecy has been fulfilled at that moment. Because that's balance.
Maybe that was her lesson, was being able to control it.
Her lesson was balance, and that was fulfilling the prophecy regarding
Because
him.
she's been so scared of the dark side ever since Malachor and fighting Vader that she hasn't been herself.
Right?
That's why she's been so stoic and kind of a bitch about a lot of stuff.
So he's a chosen one. He will bring balance. He will bring balance to her. That's the way that I'm seeing all this here, because he's just taught her both sides there, the two lessons. You know, like she wasn't fucking getting it with the Jedi training, as she never really did, because she walked away. So he had to go to Vader to teach her the other fucking lessons. You know, and I loved that. Honest to God, holy hell. Then she's like, nope, I choose to live. So she can control it. And then he comes back.
I love that.
Even his hair is softer.
Yeah.
I mean, his face is softer. His hair is softer. Like, they went to the extreme to be like, this is now a different character again. Like, this was his game the whole time. Like, he's always been in control. He's just been pushing her.
And this is the thing. He's in control.
Mm-hmm.
He was.
It's crazy,
before.
dude.
He's in
You have
control.
Hayden. It's like Hayden's playing 3 different characters: young Anakin, Vader Anakin, and then Anakin who he was meant to be. Type.
And how diverse does that show you Hayden is now? I think potentially was Hayden too young to play Anakin back in the 2000s? Maybe. Was his performance maybe a little bit wooden? Perhaps. However, he is Anakin Skywalker. He was born to play the fucking role, and with age has came maturity. And
It's
now,
like wine. He aged like fine wine.
Exactly. And now we're getting peak Anakin. We're getting peak Hayden. We're getting peak Anakin. And it's fucking awesome. Like, that's all I can say about it. It is fucking awesome.
It took 20 years to get it, but it's fun.
Yeah, it just took 20 years. You know? But hey.
But you know what?
Prequel acting right now? What's going on?
But it's pretty awesome though. It took so long to get it because now we're all older and now we can soak it all in.
Yeah.
You know, that's the cool part about it.
A
lot of people complained, but look at it now.
Appreciate it more, right? This part here, I obviously said earlier on, obviously, about the bubble forming around her and then the bubble pops almost.
Yeah, the Force is...
I completely agree with you, especially with that transition. I completely agree with you. Completely 100%.
Transitions in this episode are fantastic.
You know something? The sets, the dialogue, the plot, the casting, the music, the lighting, everything has been superb.
Oh, dude, the music is the best ever been.
Yeah, music's fantastic.
Even better than the sequel trilogies.
Now, Elvis,
I was a little upset with the sets from Mandalore, or
I never want to see this again. I'm sorry.
yeah, let's talk about this.
I never want to see this again. It's the last time I want to see this.
I swear, it's like
I'm gonna
seeing
send you
your
pictures of
mom
this
naked
randomly.
or something. It's just weird. It's just like,
right? It's like all wrinkly and shit. Like, what the fuck?
Was probably all sweaty from always wearing
there's
that
something
thing.
uncomfortable about this. I don't know what it is, but it's just
I
like,
can't figure
I
it
don't
out.
want to look.
There's one thing that you're gonna hate me for saying, right? And I'm standing by this, and I'll go over it in a little minute, right? But seeing her now transition after having the lessons from Anakin, right? Remember what we were saying, like, over the last several weeks, how Ahsoka doesn't really seem like Ahsoka?
Oh, you're going to Ahsoka the White?
Bitchy, moody, detached, afraid of fucking commitment, all that kind of stuff, right? And now she transitions to Ahsoka the White,
Yeah.
right?
Which is confirmed, by the way,
Yes,
that it is Ahsoka the White, because the artist that did the what's the headpiece called? Posted on Instagram. It was so much fun working on Ahsoka the White's head piece or whatever. I was like, oh, there you go. They're straight up saying Ahsoka the White now.
Please never remove it.
I can guarantee you that Filoni has not retconned the last scene from Rebels. Guarantee you. Because I know for a fact that at the end of this season, it's heading for a battle on Lothal. And I know for a fucking fact, at the end of fucking Rebels, if you look at Lothal, it is fucked. You look inside the little bit where the fucking mural is, it's all cracked and shit. We're not getting Ezra in this series. I guarantee you.
I will take that bet. We are absolutely getting Ezra.
I will. Give me a second. I'll be right back.
They have the Ezra Lothal Black Series figure leak.
Yeah, we're absolutely getting Ezra. People that think we're not, it's crazy. And if they redo that scene on Lothal and she's got the staff and everything, I'll be into it. I'll buy it, but I don't think we're re-getting it. I really don't. I think this is a storytelling way of saying, you know, what that scene was when she picked up Sabine and everything, and we had to give her that arc to be Ahsoka the White. So I don't know. I don't think we're re-getting that scene. I think from what's happened in the first episode to now was like the full transition of that scene. And Sam's still gone.
So have we seen everything except for that one scene of Thrawn? Have we seen everything from the trailers now?
Not the conversation she has with Anakin when he says the same thing he said in Clone Wars season 7. Or in
no, Tales of the Jedi.
Oh yeah.
Gotcha.
When
So that's why
like,
you think we're still going to see him?
Someday you'll have to
maybe
fight more than just battle droids or something. I forget what the line was, but that line. Yeah.
Look at the private chat. That's how I feel about Ahsoka without the headpiece.
Never seen one, so I don't know.
That's how I feel. It's like ta-da! Oh.
What's in the private chat?
Just look at it.
Jesus Christ, Chris. Elvis, I will bet you a Mr. Jackson. Right?
Whoa, are you changing currency now?
I will bet you a Mr. fucking Jackson, right, that Ezra does not come back in this season. Right? $20.
I'll give you 5-1 odds. I'll give you 100 if I'm wrong.
Well, I can't give you 100 if I'm fucking wrong. So.
No, I'm saying I'll give you 5-1 odds.
So you'll give me $100 if you're wrong. I'm right.
We're getting Ezra. It makes no sense to cast him and everything with Ezra just for it to be a little hologram. We're definitely getting Ezra.
So if Ezra shows up in the last few seconds saying, "Hi guys," does that count?
That counts.
I think it counts because he's still in it.
No, because he needs to come back. He needs to come back. Like,
what if, Sam?
We're not. Oh, go ahead.
What if they do a live action, actual shot for shot, Ahsoka the White recreation of the last scene of Rebels, but then when they go on the ship, Ezra's just right there chilling, waiting for him.
It can't be because the last line of Rebels was Ezra's out there and we're going to find them.
I was going to say that doesn't make sense.
It's like, oh, guys, I've been here the whole time. You didn't see me?
Just watch.
Johnny, you don't want to know, bro. I promise. It's going to change your perception.
Did I say $20? I meant €20, sort of.
It's almost the same thing, isn't it? Euros and the US dollar is almost exactly the same right now.
It's like 1-to-1. I'll take that action, Sam.
Oh no, you won't know. I'm about to say. I was like, I'll bet you the same. Like, if Elvis is right, you got to buy Elvis a blue milk. But you guys go next week, so never mind.
But it'll be Well, next
I'll
week.
be taking that money, Sam. You might as well just leave it with me. If we don't get it next week or the week we're in Orlando,
I'll tell you what, right?
Leave your cash with me. I'll
tell you what. I'll leave $20 with you. But if I'm right, I want 120 back.
Sure. Okay.
That's not
and
a fair
to be
bet,
clear,
man.
I'm saying more than a hologram counts as Ezra.
I don't know. It depends on how they do it, though. That's the thing, isn't it? Because like, if we did get him, awesome, right? But why wouldn't he come back? You know, he isn't going to come back and then fuck off again, right?
Maybe he's not with Thrawn.
Well, so Thrawn was taken to, with the Purgil, and how many soldiers, how many ships? Like Thrawn didn't just go to another galaxy.
It was a full starship.
Brought an army with him.
People. Yeah.
So when they get there, does Ezra get away? Does he hide? Does he like oh, we're here now, bye, and just run out the window?
Come on a planet somewhere to get rid of him?
So I mean, if we get Thrawn, I feel like we have to get Ezra, and we know we get Thrawn.
I kind of feel at this point like the second season of Ahsoka will be entirely based in that other galaxy. They will go back to the other galaxy, and there is some sort of I wouldn't say empire, but some sort of antagonizing presence within that galaxy that doesn't like their presence. And I think Ezra may have got tangled up with that. That's the way I feel it's going.
So, what's Sabine's arc? Because I kind of don't think it's Jedi. I could be wrong there, but I feel like Sabine needs Ezra in order for her character to have any type of arc or closure in this series, in this season, right? So doesn't she have to get to Ezra? That's the whole point. She gave him the star map and all that. Like, would it all lead to nothing?
I think it's a lesson for her.
I'm sticking with 5-1 odds. I want to go higher.
I'm sticking with 5-1 odds. I mean,
we're getting Ezra.
I don't know, bro. I mean, I can see it happening, like, in a second season. But I just can't see it the way things... I mean, why? Why?
What if you get a shot at Ezra's hand? Does that count? No, like like the Obi-Wan trailer where you see like Obi-Wan on the other side and then you see Vader's hand. He has a lightsaber, but it's just like he walks in, you see the hand, and that's the end of the season. Does that count?
No,
that doesn't count. No,
that's fine.
No, we need to see Ezra. Ezra needs to be an active part in some sort of way. Like, it's just simple as that. I don't know, like, the whole thing with Sabine, like, and this is where Jason kind of throws the plot off a little bit with the new Jedi will rise. Is it going to be Jason? Is it not Jason? If it is Jason, why haven't we heard of this beforehand? Because it's been fucking years. I think it's still Sabine. I think Sabine is going to be the one who will go back and rule Mandalore. She will rebuild the Darksaber. I just kind of feel that is the way it's all heading.
Rebuild the Darksaber, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, she's Clan Ren. She's related to fucking House Vizsla. So it just makes sense. It fucking makes sense, man. Like, it just does. It does. I don't know. But we'll see what happens, man. Whatever happens, it happens. I just don't think we're going to get him. And if we do, was it 5 minutes?
It still counts.
It counts, of course, but it's fucking pointless. It's futile.
Well, they definitely... Here's my thing, too, is going into the end of this season, they're not going to make it back to their galaxy at the end of the season. Season 2 is going to be about going back.
I mean, this is why I think we're going to get him, because we have the Ezra Bridger Lothal Ahsoka Black Series figure. Why would they make a figure if he's just a hologram?
What saber?
Sabine's.
It looks like Sabine's.
Oh yeah, I see the emitter how it's.
Yeah.
See, I've seen that as well, but like.
Well, I have this pre-ordered.
But again, if that happens, it's completely fucking up with the epilogue of Rebels, and I just cannot see Filoni retconning his own shit.
I'm saying that the 5 episodes we've seen are the epilogue of Rebels. So she's now Ahsoka the White, and she picks up Sabine. Like, this was just a different interpretation of it. I think it's still the same scene. I don't think they're refilming it with the staff and everything.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I for me, it's too particular. Right? It's just too particular.
If we don't get Ezra, where do you think the show goes?
If we don't get Ezra?
Yeah.
So they're going to spend 2 seasons trying to find Ezra?
If we don't get Ezra, I think the show goes to Thrawn returning. I know for a fact we're coming back to this galaxy. I know for a fact we're coming back. Because we're going to get a battle on Lothal. And I know that's happening. That is going to fucking... It's happening, right? What's going to... Oh, God, man. Basically, what's going to happen is you're going to
Why
end up
are we
having...
getting a battle on Lothal?
It's just happening, man. I'm telling you.
No, I need evidence. Why do you think that?
Because Thrawn fucking despises Lothal.
Well, they were waiting for the Empire to come to the Lothal all those years because they expected them to come back.
Mm-hmm.
It's a possibility that finally they come back, and he's like, "All right, I want to finish what I started." But I mean, in reality, is there any other planet that makes sense other than Lothal?
No.
Like, honestly, I hate to say it, Lothal looks like a really pretty planet, but I'd love to see it kind of like messed up because of Thrawn. It would give them a real reason to fight.
Right now. What's copium? What's that?
Hey Siri, define copium. No, not copia. I have no idea what it means. I can tell you what copia means, though. PB, dumb it down for us.
Basically means you're in denial. No, honestly, I just
there.
I'm just thinking, like, I don't know. Like, I just don't like the idea of Filoni retconning his own shit. Because he said he would never do it.
Not though.
So here's a good question. Hector, the Biker Jedi, has a good point about Zeb. I don't think he's ahead, but where is he? You know, why would we get him in Mando season 3 as some form of tease of that character if he's not going to be in essentially what is Rebels season 5?
Dude, what if Sam's theory's right, or whoever's theory it was, that the Purgil going by Grogu was Ahsoka?
I love that theory, dude. Wait, who said that? Whose theory was that?
That was Tony's.
I love that theory.
If that's right, that means Zeb is still at the bar after that, right?
Yeah. They made a pit stop and picked him up. It's like, hey, bro, you want to come?
Zeb, get in. We're doing it. We're doing Rebel stuff, bro.
And then Karsten goes and helps on, not on Mandalore, but whatever.
Oh shit! I've just thought of something, man. Fuck me. I've just thought of something.
Uh-oh.
If this is concurrent, and it's just off the back of what Jawa
no
just
backing
said
out of the bet. If you tell me you think we're getting Ezra now, I
still don't think we're going to get it. I just can't see it. For whatever reason, I can't see it, right? Because it would undermine the whole story about Sabine, you know, being a Padawan, in my opinion. Right now, it would, at least anyway. What's up, Cabber Daddy?
Ooh, wait, where are you?
He's in Ohio.
Wow.
He's in my state. Didn't even tell me.
I lost my train of thought there. Yeah.
Zeb?
If this is running concurrently with Mando season 3,
yep.
Right? Who's the other person that wants to be the heir to the Empire?
Oh, Gideon. But did he blow up or did he not blow up?
I don't think
he blew up.
The end of this is going to set up season 4 of Mando. Guarantee you. Guarantee you, right?
That would be very Avengers.
And then we're going to end up... I think we're going to end up having this kind of mashed debacle of the Ahsoka and Mando season 4 kind of coming together. in certain aspects, and then a potential second season of Ahsoka, and then the movie. That's I just see it happening. Like, it's just, I don't know. That's
about 2 hours away. The
whole storyline, the whole arc with Sabine being a Padawan again to Ahsoka. You bring Ezra back into that, and he takes his lightsaber back. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't.
I agree with you, but I don't know if she's meant to be a Jedi.
This is the frustrating thing, because you just don't know. Like,
she's been at her best when she wasn't trying to be a Jedi. Like when Ahsoka decided to just trust her instincts and let her, shoot the ships out of the sky and stuff like that. Like every time she's trusted Sabine to just do Sabine's thing, she's been better. So
it was really cool seeing Sabine fight as a Mandalorian and a Jedi at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. She used her blaster. She used her the what's it called, the gauntlet. You know what I mean? To pull somebody in. She used a lightsaber. So what if she's using what she knows as a Mandalorian to compensate for not being able to use the Force?
Yeah, and I really think she could have some Force ability, but is she going to be like a full-on Jedi? I don't think so.
Because at the end of the day, we have to remember this is going to lead to the sequel trilogies. At the end of the day, and like I don't know. I mean, we do see the ghosts and Rise of Skywalker, but still, like,
love the
people
theory.
are still saying this is going to retcon the sequel trilogy like idiots.
All I'm going to say is, direct descendant from Tar Vizsla, she's going to be a fucking Jedi. I'm telling you, she just has to unlock it. I'm telling you right now.
Are we going to get Callus in the show or no?
I would love to get Callus in this show.
I actually like his character.
Yeah.
We got 3 episodes left to tie up how many, tie up how much story. I find it unlikely to get a lot of fan service-y cameo kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, if we did, I think it would be very subtle, not in our face.
That's what they did with what's his name, right? What's his name? Azadi. He was very one episode type thing, which I was happy with.
Yeah.
What's funny is, like, Sam, your theory that it's gonna lead into Mandalorian season 4. So far, halfway through the season of Ahsoka, it's gonna be a hot take. I don't really care for Mandalorian season 4 anymore.
Oh,
because season 3 was and then, season 2 really like drew us in, and then kind of season 4 or 3 kind of just and then now Ahsoka's good. So it's I would rather see more of Ahsoka and more of this story than Mando's.
I don't recall anyone ever saying Mando season 4. I feel like that's a rumor. That's not like a thing.
No, Sam. Sam said it. He goes, "This would lead his theory of it leading to season 4." I'm like, I wouldn't care for season 4 anymore.
We're now where we are now, right? If you think about it, we've had Mandalorian season 1, 2, Book of Boba Fett, Mando season 3. They all kind of mashed in together. What we had within those. Now we've got the Ahsoka show. It just seems that there's a lot of continuity between all the shows, where we are going to have this mass amalgamation at some point. And I think Mando season 4 is the catalyst for it, leading into the big finale of the movie that's going to wrap up the Mandoverse. It just seems that way to me, and I'm okay with that. Like, that's, and yeah, season 3 might have been a little bit, yeah. For the most part, I really enjoyed it. Like, the whole Mythosaur thing, going back to Mandalore.
Yeah.
But that's just the way I see it happening from a writer's point of view, right? Having to think logically about how to write this far enough in advance to where it all ties in and makes sense and all the dots connect.
Yeah.
There's a rumor that Mando season 4 and 5 was written already.
Well,
Four's
yeah,
written,
Filoni,
yeah.
or Favreau said that.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be surprised if Mando season 4 ends with a cliffhanger, and then it's next thing is the movie.
We could definitely get more story plot in a season 4 or 5, like Sam's saying. Yeah. If they skipped it and the return of Mando was in the movie, I'd be okay with that too. Like, I mean, we've gotten a lot of Mando. I always want more Mando, but if it was straight to movie the next time we see him, I'd be okay with that too.
It's just an exciting time to be a Star Wars fan with all the possibilities. It really is, I mean, you look at young Jason there with the homage to his father on his shoulder. Like,
I just want to get Freddie Prinze as Kanan,
right?
Because that picture, like on a little dash thing, looks just like him. It looks like crap. It looks like so blurred out, but it looks just like him.
Well, and like Tony was saying, he mysteriously had to leave a convention with the rest of the Rebels cast to go film something. No one knows what the hell he went to film.
I don't care if it's like an old flashback of something. The flashback was him in a hologram. I don't care. It was him.
Even if it's just like a 3-second clip of him as a Force ghost appearing before Jason,
or in the world between worlds. I don't know. It's just something. Having a conversation with somebody. That'd be cool.
Kyle Katarn.
I think at the end of the day, that conversation, I think it's gonna happen with him and Jason.
Yeah, totally.
Quick question:
so cool.
Have they fucked up in continuity with Mon Mothma?
How so?
Look how fucking young she looks here, and look how old she looked in Return of the Jedi.
And she has young Mon Mothma hair, and not
Anakin looked 40 years old in Attack of the Clones now, so who cares? Like,
that's true.
Yeah, I get it, man. Just gotta put some more effort in. That's all I'm saying.
And she's from a very affluent planet, like she's like the Kardashians of Space Wars. Like,
we're also getting
the Kardashians of Space Wars.
She's getting all sorts of treatments done. She's drilling. She can look young forever. I'm just right around that.
I'm glad I landed on this frame actually, because this is when I seen this particular frame of Ahsoka, her body language has completely changed.
Mm-hmm.
Like a humble feeling in a weird way. I don't know.
Humbled, fulfilled, comfortable.
She's not as stiff.
She's not conflicted.
She's like, I beat him.
There we go.
I beat him.
No longer conflicted. That's it. Thank you, Elvis. That's what I was looking for. She's at peace. She's at peace, and she looks like she's at peace, right? And this is what I'm saying with the whole Ahsoka the White thing, man. I'm telling you, like, it just everything kind of makes sense to me. This part here.
Is her head less blue? Is it more gray now? Like, it's just white and gray, like less blue in the color.
It might be the lighting.
Could be the lighting, yeah.
And the little cross stitch when she's up and the wind's blowing the poncho back, it's the exact same little cross stitch and stuff like that from the Rebel scene.
Yep. Honestly, dude, I think it's a total misdirect. I think the opening, I think not the opening scene, but I think that part of the first 2 episodes, I think it's a misdirect. I think Sabine ends up going to that mural regularly. That's just the way I see it, bro.
I'm hearing a lot of copium.
Yeah, I mean, it could be. It would make more sense.
Word of the day, copium.
It would make more sense. By the way, who else gets the feeling that there's certain aspects of the New Republic that are trying to fuck things up on purpose?
I don't know why they got the seat in the center like a bridge on Star Trek.
Number one. I get it.
Isn't that how Admiral Akbar was? Didn't he have a chair?
No, his seat moved around and shit.
This one does too. Look at it. That's the same spinny seat. She's just
no, his hung from the ceiling.
It's like one of those machines you do sit up.
His was a Mon Calamari cruiser, though. This isn't a Mon Calamari cruiser.
But it's still. But they say it's Home One, don't they?
Yeah, I think it's the same ship too. Like, I think y'all are wrong. Like, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I'm looking it up now.
They've mentioned Home One quite a few times, but the ship that they have said is Home One doesn't look like from Return of the Jedi. Maybe it's Maybe it's the Home One A.
That's a new and improved Home One.
It's the Home One refit.
And yo, where did she get the white gloves and gauntlets from so fast? Just saying.
She had a bucket of bleach on the back of the ship that she
just
she
bleached
threw it in
it.
there. After she switched her
Elvis
headband
is
out.
here with the pictures like Carter was with his notes.
And notice it's the same white thing behind him too. See that white?
Oh, so it is.
I sees it.
Yeah.
It's a trap.
Which is so funny because they have actors staring at that white thing on the wall, like, like your job is to just stare at this.
Oh, pardon me. One thing I haven't said yet actually is how fucking awesome does the ghost look?
Oh, it's so
great.
Perfect.
The phantom hanging on the back of it, man. Like, it's just like fucking hell. This was the moment I went, right, okay, this is just full blown Rebels now. Full
And you
blown
can
Rebels.
see the fin in the back. What's the name of the smaller
Phantom?
piece? The Phantom. Yeah, you can see the Phantom back there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just how she's like she said the Purgle. She's just like, yeah, go in its mouth. I'm like, that's a good idea.
It's I'm trying to. Oh, I've gone. Damn it! I've gone too far. This bit here.
Man, that looks so good.
I was a little
Well, they're all-
disappointed in this moment because I was like, oh, Hera's not going with them. So is Hera done for the rest of the series, or?
I hope not.
Yeah, I don't think she is, but when she says "May the Force be with you," it gave me a sense of, oh, was that the end of Hera's role?
Unless
don't think
Jason has that connection with Ahsoka, and now he knows exactly where she is, just like he did last time.
Or they bring everyone back, and we have a battle on the fall.
I mean, we have the Purgles now, right? So they're gonna find their way back somehow.
Somehow.
The returned.
all I know about this episode is this is probably the best filler episode I've ever seen in my life. And when I say filler, you notice like every Rebels episode, it's always like filler, and the last 5 seconds is like story. It progresses the story. But when I say filler, is that we had so much character progression in just one episode that we normally never get in the Rebels episode. Like, we had so much
filled out.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like it's filler, but we had so much character progression, and not even just an Ahsoka. Like we have like Anakin's. We're having Jason. Like we're having a lot of character progression, which is pretty fucking cool.
We've got Chopper trying to commit war crimes, and it's just fucking great. The scene.
No, we can't shoot it down or crash in the city. Is that bad?
The scene from the trailer where you
Filler.
see Thrawn entering the bridge of that fucking ship, right? That's next episode.
Yeah, and you know what? I see that because what if they tell him, like, Grand Admiral, like, we have something coming out of hyperspace? Boom, Purgles.
What if, like, this episode was just all Ahsoka? What if next episode is all Thrawn? And we don't see
his
Ahsoka?
side, them arriving. So going back in time to their arrival to that galaxy.
It's going to be Ezra and Thrawn, the very beginning of the next episode.
What
arriving.
if they do a live action version of the end of Rebels when the Purgle take them away?
That'd be sick.
That then changes the whole bet because that's then not real time. That's like a fucking.
But it's still Ezra.
So Elvis still wins.
No, but like what I mean is we're not getting Ezra back. Like, oh shit, yeah, I fucked myself here. Okay, I'll just give you.
You just
$20
said Ezra
bro.
won't be in the show.
Yeah.
You never specified how.
And yeah, I made a rookie error. That's fine.
I
That's
will
cool.
say,
$20.
Matt, with your thought where you said that'd be so cool to get that recreation. The only thing I would hate about it is that we got 5 episodes of Ahsoka, and now if that were to happen, if that takes up 1 full episode, now we've got 2 more episodes left. Like I wouldn't want that story arc that you just mentioned to be rushed, because that would be a really cool story arc. I like the story to see the arrival and what happens next and what have they been doing for the past few years.
Make it an hour-long episode so they don't have to rush.
But that'd be sick though. Like I totally agree with you. Like seeing that, it's just like, damn. Now I wish we had like 10 episodes.
Doesn't Filoni direct episode 7 as well?
Ezra, Shin, Baylan, Sabine, like these are Morgan. These are 6 characters that don't have anything going right now. There's no conclusion to their characters. There's 3 episodes left.
Yeah, and that's what I'm thinking. Is like, what if they recreated it, and then they have to see like when they arrived, what have they been doing this past few years, and then the arrival of Baylan, Morgan, and Sabine. So you have to cover X amount of years in that time period.
Yeah.
As cool as it be, I really hope something like that happens. It's just not rushed.
Yeah.
Any way you slice it, that could very well mean we're only going to get like 1 more full episode of like Baylan and Shin, because there's just not enough space in the season to do more than that.
Depends on the length of the episodes going forward, though.
Right? Yeah. Can you imagine like 3 hour-and-a-half episodes? Like, that would be
dude,
so
don't
awesome.
fucking tease me like that.
Mini movies.
No, they're not gonna do that, but it'll be amazing.
Well, there's another big fight between Ahsoka and Morgan.
I'd rather see Ahsoka and Baylan. I mean, I don't know. Maybe Morgan's gonna turn into a super night sister here, and all of a sudden be way more powerful than everyone else. But
she's gonna be like Mother Talzin.
Like,
what if Thrawn yeets Morgan?
What if Thrawn what?
Yeets her, fucking.
He's not that type though. He's
never really been like that.
Yeah, that's more of a Vader thing, just to kill everybody.
Oh yeah, but we ain't seen him for how long? Like being where he is, that can fucking change a man.
Yeah, his Empire forces could have been nothing in the eyes of the baddies in this galaxy.
All I'm going to say is they must have had one hell of a laundry service, man, because his suit is still
good point.
Fucking white. I mean, he's been out, man, with the fucking, you know, the all-in-one white detergent, man, just fucking getting that thing pristine.
He's been out there 10, 15 years, and he's still looking on point.
Yeah. Have that OxyClean guy come. The OxyClean guy.
Billy Mays here.
Billy Mays here on the Star Cruiser of Grand
commercial
Admiral
for
Thrawn.
OxyClean.
And then he pulls out something like a slices and dices like fucking veggies. It slices, it dices, it. Again,
Yeah.
And you got the slap chop guy in the background.
Could you imagine just rocking up, man? There's Thrawn with the baking soda and the fucking vinegar, man, trying to get shit out of fucking. He's got the starch out, pressing his fucking collar down and shit, man. Like, oh fuck.
He's got a damn steamer, like the.
It shows Thrawn in his boxers ironing.
But he's got a big ass fucking beard that's been God knows how many years. So it's like fucking Papa Smurf. Like, jeez.
He goes into like his headquarters and does a Ferris Bueller dance and shit.
He's got a shower cap on.
Imagine they get there, Thrawn and Ezra just chilling, being besties. Okay, now.
Hey, I mean, a dark side Ezra is an interesting thought.
Yeah.
That's a very interesting point, yeah. No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. But it's just like, God, man, like...
Huge contrast to the hologram that Sabine watched. And imagine her getting there and now Ezra's a bad guy. And that's her arc, is bringing him back. It's a concept. I wouldn't hate it.
What if bringing Ezra back means bringing him back to the light?
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't mean physically bring him back. I mean bring him back to the good side.
But he went through the whole tempted by the dark side and Rebels and got through it, and then that was
but now he's isolated.
Yeah.
It's a strong temptation.
Maybe that could be Sabine's arc. Maybe he's constructed another lightsaber and it's fucking. He gets there. Oh, Ezra, boom, red blade, fuck, and then it's I think we're in for a hell of a 3 episodes.
Yeah.
I can't see anything being.
Yeah, there's no way they screw it up now, right? It's not like they're gonna 180 and crash into a wall. Like,
oh, you fucking said it now, Elvis.
I'm saying it's impossible, but yeah.
Oh no, it's possible.
If it goes bad now, everyone's gonna be like, Elvis jinxed it.
Whatever happened to
It's all
AP5?
Elvis's fault.
That's a very good question.
AP5.
AP5.
Whatever happened to him? He was always with Chopper.
The protocol droid that was
the
annoyed all the time.
inventory. He was always doing the Empire's inventory stuff.
Oh yeah.
What happened to him?
What do you mean, droid? I'm in charge of this mission.
I just thought about him. I don't know why I just thought about him, but
He ended up being
Wait,
part of
no,
the rebellion.
don't rescue me. It's so quiet. Sorry, I'll shut up.
Sorry, bro. Go ahead.
I'm just ready for Ahsoka season 2.
I'm not excited for the next 3 episodes. I'm waiting for Ahsoka season 2 now.
Yeah, skip Mando season 4 and just go straight into Ahsoka. I'm fine with that.
And then go to the movie.
Well, there was something said about Ahsoka season 2.
There's for sure a season 2 because they can't end it like with just the next 3 episodes.
There was something said by Rosario at Celebration. At the Celebration stage about season 2. The question is when, though, because like after this, it's all kind of winding down. Okay, we've still got Skeleton Crew and Acolyte.
Yeah, cancel it. Cancel it and then use whatever funds he had for that for Ahsoka season 2. That's fine.
I don't know, man. Acolyte's finished. I kind of want to see Acolyte. Skeleton Crew, yeah. But Acolyte? The trailer looked good.
No, I'm just ready for Bad Batch season 3.
Bro.
Omega.
I actually liked season 2. That's the only reason why I actually am looking forward to it.
Season 2 did have some good episodes.
I thoroughly enjoyed it actually.
I haven't watched
I have my
it
favorite
yet.
country. I have my favorite person anyway, so that's why I want to see him again.
I haven't watched season 2 of Bad, but I watched the first 3 episodes. Didn't finish it.
You
Slightly ashamed.
Yeah, you should be.
I loved watching Sem's recaps of those and just him getting slowly more and more pissed off and annoyed at the show.
Yeah. I don't know, man. There's just something about the way season 1 went, like the whole structure of the show.
No, it's true. No, and I agree with you, dude. And like, I had to force myself to watch season 1. And I was like, oh, that's all right. It had its moments. It was okay. And then I forced myself to watch season 2. And there's some episodes I was like, oh,
There's some really fire episodes.
And dude, and the thing is, like with me, I've mentioned this in how many after shows, freaking character progression.
Yeah.
There's actually
Granted, the good episodes don't feature the Bad Batch.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like there's some really good character progression in Bad Batch, which is why I'm kind of sad. It's the final.
That's a hot take.
Wait, what?
Oh, fucking debate. Go.
Huh.
I love Last of Us, but I'm
I
loving
don't know.
Ahsoka. I think
know.
this might be the first show where I'm like, okay, maybe it's better than Last of Us because Last of Us was good.
Here's what I'll say. Last of Us was phenomenal. I enjoyed it, right? But it didn't make me tear up in joy. You know what I mean? Like it made me like, oh, they're doing it. Yes, here it is. And but like with this, like being able to see Anakin come back the way he did it, and you know what? It's even being. I mean, Sam, you met Hayden at Celebration.
Yeah.
Do you feel better meeting Hayden and now 6 months later we just saw what we saw?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Right? So like it's
Even if I looked hungover as shit in that photograph, absolutely.
Oh yeah, that was the morning of that. Yeah, that was the morning of that night.
Oh, I look dead in that photograph. I'm like,
Dude, send me the photo and send me a photo of you that you want in that photo, and I'll fix it for you.
oh, dude, really?
Heck yeah.
Oh,
I got
Elvis,
some
why are
Photoshop
you
too.
so awesome?
I don't know. I haven't been asked that.
It's Elvis, man.
Yeah. It's like I'm coming home from work and get a notification like, oh, Elvis did a video on the blaster he made. Get home, watch the video. He's sending me all this extra shit with it.
That was a lazy video. I just turned the camera on and talked. I barely edited it. Like I did all that like in the last 2 hours and just uploaded it.
I need to find the digital copies. I do have the digital copies somewhere on my phone, on my cellular device. When was it? April? Christ, now we're going back.
Yeah, send it to me, dude.
Hold on, office. I got Louise dirty as well.
That's so messed up.
Are you telling me?
You know, if he was watching the stream, he wouldn't have done that.
What if we hear Sam's door fly open?
What the fuck? Shit!
He's just sitting there talking, and his shoe flies in and hits him in the side of the face.
His video feed just drops.
And that was how Sam died. What? I've just went past that photo there.
There it is. Oh, dude, that room was so cold.
I know, right? Where is it?
Adam, you've never rated Breaking Bad.
That says Breaking Bad. Never rated or watched, Adam.
Either way, dude. Oh, I love that show. I've seen it so many times.
You look a little high.
I was so hungover, bro.
I mean,
I was so hungover.
I could just freshen that up without an actual photo. But if you have a photo that the lighting's somewhat similar, send it to me. I could superimpose it.
I know Louise wasn't terribly happy about how she looked in the photograph, but I'm like, fuck it. You met Hayden Christensen, be happy.
Oh, I can airbrush. I can. Dude, here, I'll give you.
Oh,
I'll
Adam,
here.
I'm so sad for you. See, okay, you know what? I'll be fair. Season 1.
This is how good my photo editing is.
God, man.
That's my work badge photo.
It's like American Dad.
Really
That fucking
like,
jawline. It's
And I
Giga
thought
Chad.
you looked like Riker before, dude.
A little bit of airbrushing going on, maybe. I don't know.
Elvis, you should shave your head and then paint your beard white so you can be Captain Rex for Halloween.
I still to this
Dude,
day have
I
the best
actually-
photograph of Chris ever taken.
That was the day we finally met, dude. We were walking towards Buckingham Palace.
Oh,
No, where's
so
my sad face? That's my
I
favorite.
do want to
one.
paint it gray though and do a Balin cosplay. Like I was
cool.
looking at the files today. I'm like, ooh.
Dude, you should do it. His gauntlets are pretty sick, and like
His
shoulders,
whole
it's so
look
sick.
is fucking amazing.
It's very knightish.
Yeah.
And that's why I think it's cool.
where is
I still think he could become one of the Knights of Ren. I know that's a hot take, but
That'd be
who's
sick.
this? Balin?
yeah, what if Balin and Shin become Knights of Ren?
Oh.
That's, that's cool, dude.
Do you know what's that's cool? But this is cold, right? I've got Chris waving sad face. I've got Liz flipping me off.
Aww.
That was our goodbye.
I have a top coat just like that.
How sad.
Oh god. Bro, I'd be like 90 by then. Well, how many years after Jedi is this?
Just now, what, 5, 6?
5 to 7.
5 to 7, and it was like 30 years after Jedi.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he can't be a night around. Shin could. Shin could. But I think Shin, like, honestly, if had 2 encounters now, Shin and Sabine, I think Sabine's gonna.
You think Sabine's gonna die?
So?
No, I think she's gonna kill Shin.
Maybe.
Oh, I thought you were saying that Sabine was gonna die.
Oh no, she's gonna rule Mandalore, man. I'm telling you.
I'll let her. I was like, oh.
That wouldn't be very Jedi, just saying.
Rebuild that lightsaber, man. That dark saber, rather. I'm telling you, it's happening. Oh.
But wait, how would that work though? Since now Bo-Katan is, well, she's gonna go fight her.
Well, the dark saber got destroyed.
Yeah, but remember they said that she doesn't need it to rule Mandalore.
Yeah.
And
They
so
followed her
cheered.
willingly.
Yeah, they all cheered for her. So what? Sabine's gonna come back and try and take it back.
No, I think she'll give it willingly because Sabine gave it to her.
I'm not with you on this one, Sam. Sorry.
When you say give it to her, you mean like, or like?
Well, that's a different kettle of fucking fish.
Oh,
I'd be happy with either.
That's a different website. No, I'm just kidding.
That's a completely different dream. But no, honestly, I think
we'll get into the What If series soon. Nick.
No, I'm telling you, man, there's a lot of poetic stuff to this, right? And you look at the connections between Bo-Katan and Sabine. You look at the connection between, obviously, Sabine being Clan Ren and the connection to House Vizsla, right? It makes fucking perfect sense. It makes perfect fucking sense. Everything comes back around instantly. You notice that? In Star
like
Wars,
poetry.
everything comes back around.
Okay, hold on. Sorry, first of all, Adam. Wow. Second,
First of all, Adam. Wow.
I just thought of like a really cool sequence. This is just in my head.
Oh, good.
Say the movie comes out, right, and it's a big old battle. The only two
that
people,
movie?
Not that movie. That too.
Team up movie.
Team up movie.
I'll buy that for $1.
You know, Sabine, she knows how to use a dark saber, and so does Bo-Katan. What if we get a scene in this movie of them throwing the blade at each other, like Thor and Captain America did with Mjolnir?
Civil War.
And they're fighting back to back, and they're like throwing at each other to use it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That just kind of popped in my head. And if Sabine is force sensitive, if she is force sensitive, you see Bo-Katan throw it to her, and she's able to use the force to grab it, and they continue the fight sequence. Just a thought.
She's definitely force sensitive because when she's in the woods with Shin, you hear the sound when she's trying to use it.
Yeah, that's inconclusive. I agree with you, but it's inconclusive.
No, I think she gave her just a tiny little push.
They're honest.
Like you also think the cup moves, so.
Honest to God, right? It's the audio cues, right? We were talking about the audio cues earlier on.
Yeah. If there was a force push down, yeah.
They're teasing it. They're teasing it to a big grand reveal. You know, otherwise, what's the point?
You think they'll give her the Rey treatment, where like there's a saber on the floor and maybe like Ahsoka's about to die, and all of a sudden you see it fly, and then it's Sabine who gets it?
I kind of hope they don't.
I hope it's not.
I hope they don't.
I see that happening,
but I think to see it happening due to her struggling to be able to use it.
Like more like an accident.
How many people can just like have their force ability like that? Like
Rey, like she knew how to freaking tell Stormtrooper to let her go. I'm sorry, I hate that. I hate that.
Like she knew how to block Kylo's mind rape.
Oh, this is getting dark.
I don't think you're supposed to say that word on streams.
This chat is on fire.
What I say on live is
I'm sorry,
nowhere near as bad as what's going on in the chat.
That's kind of my fault. I'm sorry.
Thanks,
this is why I don't come to these anymore.
I'm gonna wake up tomorrow morning like, guess what? I got fucking demonetized. Thanks. Andy, come on, man. Fucking. Jesus Christ. And I think I'll be turning
on that
off.
note, I think we've made it 2 hours.
Yeah, on that note. On that note, I think we're going to spit on it. I mean, sit on it.
Holy crap!
That was Adrian's fault.
Wow. Okay.
Wow. I don't know what to say anymore.
Woo! Anyway, whew, Jesus Christ.
All right, Sam. I'll take some of the blame for that. I'm sorry.
Oh,
You should be.
you'll take like 80% of the blame for that, bro.
Oh, you're gonna take it, all right.
And on that note, folks, thank you very much for joining us to talk Ahsoka. Enjoy episode 6, and we'll see you all next week.
Bye.
May the Force be with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.